Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. More people are lending voice to the issue of restructuring as the government of the day is looking at it from a different light. Agitations are not ending anytime soon because everybody seems to be having one view or the other over the issue of Nigerians' governance and how it is being done as at now. But before we go into the news to elaborate on more of this and the analysis as well, we would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead. Click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the leaders of thought and elders statement from 4 of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country under the aegis of Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum have taken a sweep at President Muhammadu Buhari over his position on restructuring of the country, asking him to stop playing Pharaoh. This is even as Niger Delta Forum, as PANDEFF, said it would not stop advocating for restructuring of Nigeria. The presidency has said in a statement on Sunday that President Muhammadu Buhari would not be pressured into restructuring the country and warned those driving the agitation to desist from it. Don't forget that the likes of Pastor Adeboye had mentioned something on restructuring, and the likes of Sam Adeyemi had also warned that a good leader listens and not opposes critical analysis or critical solutions being given. Well, this was also talking about it. Let's continue with the news. Being in a statement yesterday by, but in a statement yesterday by Yinka Odumakin for Southwest, Chief Guy Ikoku from Southeast, Senator Basi Henshaw from South-South, and Dr. Isowa Dogo from Middle Belt, the Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum particularly berated FG, that's federal government, on the warning issued by the Senior Special Assistant Media to President Garba Shehu to patriotic groups and responsible individuals such as the respected Pastor Enoch Adeboye. This is a strong statement. According to the forum, the warning is not only uncalled for, but also unacceptable. The leader said, "Our attention has been drawn to the very uncalled and rude warning issued by Garba Shehu to patriotic groups and responsible individuals such as the respected Pastor Adeboye that the government should restructure the country to avert a breakup." Sounding like spokesman of Pharaoh in ancient Egypt, Garba dismissed the recurrent agitation as unpatriotic outbursts. The presidency responds to the recurring threats to the corporate existence of the country, with the factions giving specific timelines for the president to do one thing or the other, or else, in their language, the nation will break. Will break up. We are perturbed that instead of giving assurances about rebuilding the country towards inclusiveness, the regime is talking down on Nigeria in very intemperate language. We want to make it clear to the regime that it cannot cow us by using containment approach to national issues. Now, this we will not accept turning us to second-class citizens in our land, not even with threats of arrest or assassinations. Should we be clapping for the government and not talk when the customs appoint 8 deputy controllers from a section of the country? Are we expected to be saying, "Well done," when DSS recruit 535 cadets from Northwest and Northeast and only 93 from the entire South and North Central? Are we to keep quiet when the law setting up PENCOM was clear on secession at different director level? You go and bring somebody from the Northeast to replace a Southeasterner East out as DG? If Garba Shehu is not lexically challenged, he should know that those calling for restructuring are more patriotic than those running Nigeria towards impulsion. Patriotism is to cooperate Nigeria for all and not the sectional idea of Nigeria by the nepotists. We will not succumb to their narrow idea of Nigeria while we are fully assured that these too shall pass away. Therefore, let us restructure now and withdraw from the path of impulsion for one by patriots at home and abroad. On its part, the Niger Delta Forum, PANDEFF, in a statement by its national chairman, Air Commodore Idoresit Ikanga, retired, said, "Our reaction to that statement is very straightforward. We will continue to advocate for restructuring. If you like to hear it, fine. If you don't like to hear it, it is up to you. We believe whoever says this administration will not tolerate those advocating for restructuring is ignorant of what restructuring is all about and doesn't understand what democracy is all about. If something is not going right, what do? Is to adjust it. Today we are seriously marginalized in Niger Delta and they don't want us to talk about restructuring. God forbid. We will talk about it. If you can remember, PANDEFF has said before that if you don't restructure Nigeria, Nigeria will restructure itself. We cannot go back on what we said because that is the truth. There are other people, groups that are saying the country could break up if it is not restructured. They are just advising. It is not a threat. In democracy, the rule of law is prime, and a leader is as strong as his followers. If all the followers are saying, let the people who don't agree on restructuring come out and say so, and not for you to sit down somewhere and say that Nigerians don't agree. It is as simple as that. And this is very, very strong. And this is coming from PANDEFF. That's basically Niger Delta group, another person is talking. And they're taking a retrospect on what Shoguba, the media person, the senior media person of the presidency, saying, look, those who have been clamoring for restructuring now are not patriotic. Don't forget that before now, there have been people screaming restructure, restructure, restructure. While some persons have been saying we want to secede because they're looking at the signs and symptoms, they feel that the country, the way it's going, is more one-sided. Now, people who are asking for a structure, Pastor Adeboye, Papa Adeboye, took his time and explained what he meant by restructuring. And he says, look, for Nigeria to move forward, it needs to restructure, or else more people will keep agitating for breaking up. They will keep agitating for secession of their own country because they feel marginalized. They feel not represented in the country. So it's not saying so that all will still remember as one indivisible nation. Even went further to say, look, we can call ourselves United States of Nigeria. Okay, so that different states all standing in their own, individual true federalism in every true sense of the word, where autonomy is given to all states, but they have a center which have been reduced in power. Power has been given to the regions, but the center is just there. But of course, they'll be remitting a lot of things, more like supervisory role, not taking the whole power per se. And even went further, if you check our video feed, you see it all there. But now, after saying that, more statements came out condemning the statement. One or two Pastor Sam Adeyemi had actually frowned at what Gabachew also said, saying that a good leader listens to criticism. He doesn't just churn it out. He doesn't throw it away. And he feels that this is the cry of many Nigerians. Adeboye, Papa Adeboye, in fact, this particular dispensation, he has been very calm, really. For him to have spoken, he must have seen signs and symptoms. And he's saying, look, whether we want to look at the truth or yet, whether we want to look at facts staring at our faces or yes, it doesn't change the fact that if we keeping quiet, more groups will come up. Before now, there was no Yoruba one voice. There was no Yoruba one voice. Before now, I'm talking about some 5-7 years ago, some 5 years ago, some 3-4 years ago, Yoruba one voice was not in existence. Something brought them up. By the time people begin to feel disgruntled, they feel marginalized, they feel not represented, they feel like second-class citizens in their own home, in their own country, they begin to look, okay, where can we feel loved? They begin to think of seceding because the government or because the country itself is not represented, where they are not well represented in the country of their home. And hence, well many Nigerians in their own way are saying, look, let's do this, let's restructure, let every country, let every state feel involved in all they do. And PANDEFF is also talking. And he's saying, look, restructure now, according to PANDEFF, restructure now, all the country itself will restructure itself. Don't forget that Amotekun is a regional security outfit. Much as you say, no, want to break it down to community security, no, Amotekun is in all southwestern states. And that is a region talking already by default. It's just a matter of time before they will start having laws. They have laws guiding Amotekun in all the states, and they are all similar. They have gradually started forming a regional. You may not like the truth, but that's the truth. Amotekun have come to stay. They've started recruiting as a region. Yes, you say state by state, but when you talk Amotekun, you are talking Amotekun general in the southwest. And these are what PANDEFF is saying, that if you don't restructure, the country itself by default will restructure itself. And then you begin to see that actually power gradually, by law, the state legislatures will begin to make laws that will suit their state. And at the end of the day, you begin to see the country gradually restructuring itself. But that's where we're going to wrap it up. What's your take on what PANDEFF is saying? Do you agree with what PANDEFF is saying? Do you believe that the country itself can restructure itself if nothing is being done? Or are you still of the opinion that what we are heading to, something needs to be done very fast? Let's interact in that conversation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more updates on this.